Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Uliana if you are new here. This week I decided to challenge myself and try something new, so I cooked only Indian food for dinner for 5 days. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm not an expert, I'm still learning how to cook Indian food, but I think this video will be helpful for people who are beginners just like me, because there are lots of really easy recipes here. If you enjoy watching this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. On Monday, the dinner was mixed vegetables with roti and yogurt. I'm not very good at making roti, that's why I always try to minimize efforts as much as I can. Here I'm using 2 cups of atta flour for roti. That's how much we need for 2 days. Every time I make roti, I try to make quantity for 2 days. Half of it I use for dinner that day and another half I keep in fridge for 24 hours. So that next day I at least don't have to make the dough. If you also don't like making dough, then try this method. It really saves time, at least 10-15 minutes next day. Also, I start with roti because you need to leave the dough to rest for around 15 minutes, so while it will be resting, I can make sabzi. And for vegetables, I'm taking a cup of frozen green peas. You can also use fresh peas if you want, and also some carrots and potatoes. I'm using a bigger quantity here so that we have some leftovers for dinner tomorrow and I have less work to do. Heat oil in the pressure cooker, then add a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Fry jeera until it gets brown. Then you can add green chili if you want. This is optional. Next, add turmeric powder, and you can also add red chili powder instead of green chilies if you want. Fry it for some time. Next, add all the vegetables into pressure cooker. Mix everything. Add salt to taste. And I also add some garam masala. Add a little bit water, but very little, maybe like 2 teaspoons. Mix everything once again and then close the lid. Cook vegetables on medium-high heat for only 1 whistle. Let the pressure release and then open the lid. You can see vegetables are perfectly cooked. And at the end, I like to add some chopped coriander leaves. Vegetables are ready, and while they are cooking in pressure cooker, you can start making rotis and keep them in roti box so that they stay warm. I like to add yogurt to this meal for some extra protein. On Tuesday we had leftover sabzi from Monday, and the roti dough was also ready. You need to take it out from fridge sometime before you want to make roti so that the dough comes to the room temperature. And to complement this meal, I decided to make a very simple yellow dal. For this recipe you will need 1 cup of moong dal. Make sure you wash it before cooking. Put dal into pressure cooker and add 3 cups of water. Also add a little bit of turmeric powder and red chili powder. You can also add salt, but I prefer to add salt later. Close the lid and cook dal on medium heat for 1 whistle. And while it was cooking, I made a very simple tempering for the dal. Add 1 teaspoon of ghee or oil into pan, then add jeera and fry it until it gets brown. Next, add onion and ginger garlic paste if you want. I decided to only use ginger that day. Fry it for some time, and when the onion becomes translucent, add a little bit of turmeric powder. Mix it well and fry for 1 more minute. Then add tomato and salt. Cook tomatoes until they become soft. You can also cover the pan. Tadka for dal is ready now. After 1 whistle, let the pressure release and open the lid. Now add more water to dal. You can decide how much you want to add. I usually add around 2-3 more cups. Bring it to the boil and then mash dal slightly so that consistency is a little bit smoother. Now you can add tadka to dal. Mix it all once and it is ready to eat. While dal was cooking, I also decided to make a simple salad from the vegetables that I had available. Here I have some cucumber, radish and spring onion. And for dressing I just used lemon juice and black salt. Now only rotis are left, but because the dough is already prepared, it doesn't take so much time to make them. On Wednesday we had some dal left and I decided to make Paneer Bhurji. I really like this combination of yellow dal and Paneer Bhurji. Heat oil in the pan, add cumin seeds and fry them until they get brown. Next, add onion, ginger garlic paste or just chopped ginger and garlic, and green chili if you want to make it spicy. Fry everything for a few minutes. You can keep this recipe simple or add more vegetables, like I am adding some grated carrot here. Mix carrot with onion and cook it a little bit more until carrot becomes softer. Next, add some turmeric powder and a little bit of red chili powder if you want. I'm also adding some coriander powder here. Mix it all and fry for 1 more minute. Now add chopped tomatoes and salt. Cook until tomatoes become soft. You can cover the pan to help it cook faster. When tomatoes are well cooked, it's time to add grated paneer. Stir it gently and cook for 1-2 more minutes. At the end, add chopped coriander leaves. They add great flavor and nice color to this dish. You can serve Paneer Bhurji with roti, but I was a bit lazy on Wednesday, so I decided to eat it with some toasted bread. It also tastes very good with bread. On Thursday I made Chana Masala with rice. On the busy days I usually use frozen tomato onion masalas that I prepare in advance. I shared this faster recipe in another video, the link will be in the description box, you can check it out. But this day I decided to cook everything from scratch. You can also use canned chickpeas to make this recipe even faster, but I feel like dried chickpeas taste better and they cook quite fast in pressure cooker. Heat oil in pressure cooker and fry some cumin seeds. Add green chili if you want. Make paste out of onion, ginger and garlic and then add it into pressure cooker. Fry this mixture for a few minutes. Meanwhile, blend some tomatoes. And when onion paste is well cooked, you will see that the water goes away and it changes color a bit. Then you can add tomato paste, add some salt, mix everything together and fry tomatoes for a few minutes. Tomatoes take a little bit longer to cook than onions. When tomatoes are cooked, it's time to add spices. Turmeric powder, a little bit red chili powder, garam masala, cumin powder, coriander powder. You can skip some of these spices, it's not necessary to add all. What's most important is chana masala, I'm adding 1 teaspoon here. You can get this spice mix from any Indian store. Mix everything and cook for 1 more minute. It starts to smell really good after you add spices. Now it's time to add chickpeas. I'm using dried chickpeas soaked in water overnight. Mix chickpeas with gravy and add a little bit more water. You can decide how much you want to add. Also don't forget salt. Close the lid and cook chana on medium to medium-high heat for around 5 to 6 whistles. Open the lid after the pressure release, mix everything and you can check whether the chickpeas are well cooked by smashing them. This is well cooked now. Take a spoon and smash some chickpeas so that the gravy gets thicker. At this point you can also adjust salt and spices, see if you need more. At the end I'm adding a lot of chopped coriander leaves. Chana is ready to eat. While chana is cooking in pressure cooker, you can cook rice using your favorite method. I'm lately using this method. I don't know how it's called. It's like cooking pasta. You boil the water, then you put rice into it, and after 10-12 minutes it's done. Here I'm cooking double quantity of rice so that I have some cooked rice for tomorrow's dinner. It will make my job easier on Friday. You can add yogurt to this meal. I just served it with some vegetables on the side. On Friday I made one of my favorite meals, rice pulao with raita. As always, heat oil in the pan, add jeera. Here I'm also using some pulao masala, but this is optional. I got it very recently and I used to make pulao without it before. It still tasted very good. Add onion and ginger garlic paste. Here I decided to skip garlic and just use some chopped ginger. And also green chili I add to all dishes. Fry this for a few minutes and then add turmeric powder and fry it for 1 more minute. In rice pulao you can add any vegetables you want. I just used whatever I had in fridge. So I added grated carrot, some salt, then frozen green peas. Cover the pan and wait a few minutes for green peas to cook. Mix a few times in between. When all vegetables are cooked, it's time to add leftover rice from yesterday. Mix everything and cook it for 1-2 minutes. At the end, add any parsley of your choice. Here I'm adding some fresh coriander leaves and spring onion. Rice pulao is ready. If I don't have time, I like to eat it with plain yogurt, but when I have a little time, I like to make raita. For raita, you will need some plain yogurt. Add it into a bowl and then start slowly adding water and mixing it all. Whisk it to thin out the consistency of raita. This is a personal choice. You can add as much water as you need. Any vegetables that you use for salad you can also put in raita. Here I'm using some grated carrot, grated cucumber and tomatoes. Add some raita masala if you have it, and salt. I'm using black salt. Mix it all and raita is ready. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye!